I've had every treatment available and bring it all to you.
Today's brand technically isn't a flop whatsoever, but it's a brand that a lot of people presumed was a flop because a lot of people just didn't realize it existed anymore. Madonna has had a skincare brand for over a decade. That's right, Madonna has her own skincare brand. The brand is called MDNA SKIN, and she launched it more than 10 years ago. Now, I'm sure some of you were already aware of this brand and are maybe even fans of the brand. But for me, and for a lot of other skincare enthusiasts, MDNA SKIN has flown completely under the radar. So today I want to talk about the brand, the products, and why hardly anyone seems to know MDNA SKIN even exists. So how did this brand come about? Why does Madonna own a skincare brand? The brand's origins started with MTG Co., one of the leading personal care companies in Japan. They are most known for developing like high-end beauty and wellness devices, like luxury microcurrent devices, beauty rollers, and a belt that uses electrical muscle stimulation to apparently give you abs. I feel like we all tried one of those. Like in the early 2000s, we thought we could just sit down and get abs because we got like a belt around our waist. I did anyway. So when MTG decided that they wanted to expand into the world of luxury skincare, they reached out to Madonna, of course, to collaborate, as they thought that her global influence and well-known passion for skincare would make her the perfect person to build up a brand around. I didn't know she was passionate about skincare at all, ever. Maybe I just missed that. Madonna agreed to the collaboration as she'd been interested in skincare and beauty for a long time, and the project would allow her to help create products that reflected her personal standards and aesthetics. And unlike most celebrities who launch a skincare brand, she didn't just want her face stuck on the promo for the brand. She didn't just want to be the face. She wanted to be involved in everything from product conception and formulation to marketing and branding. Like a normal brand owner, right? So she began a partnership with MTG, and for the next 4 to 5 years, they apparently worked together to investigate new ingredients, test countless formulas, and design high-end effective products. While MTG provided the necessary expertise when it came to research and development, formulation, Madonna personally tested endless iterations of the products, giving feedback so that they could refine the formulas until they met her high standards. And apparently, she also gave input on the inclusion of premium, natural ingredients like Montecatini thermal water, I probably butchered that, which became kind of like a core ingredient, like the star ingredient in many of their products. She also had a say in the design of the very sleek, minimalistic packaging, which I actually really do like. Like, I would just have these on display, to be honest with you. They look very nice. She worked with MTG on the brand's messaging to make sure that it reflected her own personality, and even helped name the products and refine the product descriptions so they convey like the right message and image to the consumer that kind of fit with her. And many actually involved with the brand have said that her perfectionism of sorts helped to make the products as good as they could be. She apparently tested over 50 prototypes of the rose mist before she signed off on it. She showed a similar level of scrutiny to the rest of the product line as well. All in all, it actually sounds like Madonna's role was far more than just symbolic. She wasn't just a face, she wasn't just a name to put on the brand, but a genuine partner who was heavily involved in the creative and not just the creative process, but everything, the whole process. Let's move on to the launch in Japan. So eventually, after years of work behind the scenes, MDNA SKIN was finally ready to launch. An exclusive release took place at a pop-up store in Batsu Art Gallery in Tokyo, and the pop-up store ran from February the 13th of 2014 till February 23rd. And during this time, this location was the only place in the world where you could buy MDNA SKIN. This really added that kind of like feel of luxury and exclusivity to the brand right from the get-go. And as part of the launch, Madonna introduced her new brand with a video on her YouTube channel. And let's just say it was very Madonna. Once the exclusive pop-up store ended, the brand became available at selected department stores across Japan, as well as on the brand's Japanese website. MTG and Madonna said that MDNA SKIN was designed to combine high-quality ingredients with advanced skincare technologies, aiming to deliver result-orientated products. A statement on their website from Madonna's long-time skincare advisor and brand ambassador Michelle Peck said that the main motto of the brand was to challenge women and their awareness about about the art of beauty and skincare. I quite like that. Upon launch, the brand consisted of 3 products. So the serum, which is a hydrating and anti-aging formula that's created exclusively for Madonna. It claims to improve the skin's texture, plumpness, and overall radiance, and is designed to provide deep hydration, target fine lines and dullness, serving as a luxurious base for the rest of your skincare routine. The Chrome Clay Mask is made with a base of clay from Montecatini, I can't say it, which claims to perform multiple functions that enrich the skin. It's apparently a moisturizing and smoothing mineral-rich mask that's formulated with double-coated volcanic clay, botanical extracts, and thermal water from the Montecatini springs. And unlike your typical clay mask, it doesn't just dry out on the skin. It absorbs all that dirt, impurities, excess sebum, etc., and leaves behind a kind of like layer of moisturizing serum. You'll often find these on like those magnetic masks. The Skin Rejuvenator, which is the removal tool for the clay mask, made with a magnet, was devised to remove impurities and revitalize the skin, and it's also an infusion head that uses something called deep derma infusion and auto skin search, and this is used to deliver the serum left from the clay mask where your skin needs it the most, apparently. I need to see this mask in action because I'm a little bit confused. Like, I know how a magnet mask works, but I don't know what this is. The brand claimed that using these products routinely as part of daily skincare routine creates firm, resilient, and radiant skin overflowing with energy after every use. As I mentioned earlier, the water from the thermal springs became a real integral part of the brand's formulations, so much so that they actually created a proprietary ingredient called Parker, which was based on a combination of the water from the 4 natural springs in Montecatini, and one of the brand's USPs is that they have an exclusive agreement to use these thermal waters and the clay from the springs in their skincare products. So very exclusive again. The brand definitely gained some buzz at first, particularly as Madonna was actively involved in promoting the brand by appearing at launch events, giving interviews, and generally leveraging her global fan base to get people excited about these products. That being said, the brand's impact worldwide was still pretty minimal. The fact that it was only available in Japan to begin with meant that most people couldn't even get their hands on the products to try them in the first place. So in pretty much every country but Japan, people very quickly forgot about the brand. As new and exciting products are constantly being launched in today's beauty world, a brand that you can't even buy in your own country gets very, very quickly left behind. But that doesn't mean that MDA Skin was a flop, like a lot of people thought it was. It wasn't at all. It did and still is doing well in Japan, despite the very, very high prices. The Chrome Clay Mask for 50 milliliters is about 12,000 yen, which is around $77. For 100 milliliters, it's around $135. The serum at 50 milliliters is around $154, and the magnetic rejuvenant or tool to remove the clay mask could only be bought in a set with the mask, with the set being around $372. And the pricing is one of the main complaints when it comes to this brand, and to be fair, they did position themselves as a luxury high-tech company with a celebrity name added in, so it was never going to be cheap. I mean, and I guess they kind of like solidify themselves as that right from the get-go, but some of these prices are crazy. And I'll be honest, when it comes to celebrity skincare brand, I do believe celebrities need to see their beauty products as pretty much merch. It needs to be their merchandise that their fans want to buy into. So not only having these crazy price points, these massively high luxury price points, not only does this isolate a whole demographic of people who do not want to spend or cannot spend that amount of money on skincare, but also isolates her fans who want to support her in every way that they can. But despite this, the brand did do well in Japan, and a lot of users couldn't stop raving about how effective these products were, with many saying that they were worth every single penny. But they're about to expand. They're about to expand in Asia and the US. Let's talk about their expansion. So following how successful the brand was in Japan, the brand continued to perform well over the first couple of years, and so they decided to expand the brand's availability, launching in both Hong Kong and Taiwan in 2016. Again, the brand proved to be fairly successful in these new markets, so over the next few years, they continued to expand to new countries, including South Korea, China, and Singapore. They also decided to venture outside of Asia for the first time when the brand finally launched in the US in September of 2017. When asked recent interviews about why she'd brought the brand over to the US, Madonna said, "I'm tired of hearing people complain here that they can't get it in America." I mean, fair enough. I mean, it's not really an explanation, but it's fine. The brand's launch in the US was a fairly high profile and successful one. I mean, how can it not be when Madonna's involved, right? Madonna herself appeared on the Jimmy Fallon show to promote the brand, as well as making a series of promotional videos featuring her and popular Instagram comedian Josh Ostrovsky, aka the Fat Jewish, who was hugely popular on Instagram at the time. This was pre-TikTok. The brand also released an advert starring RuPaul's drag race star Milk, who they saw as the perfect fit to help embody their message behind being who you are, loving yourself, and embracing beauty in all its forms. The video consists of Milk recreating some of Madonna's most iconic style moments. Another part of the launch campaign was the how-to and tutorial videos, providing instructions on how to get the most out their MDNA products. I can't keep saying MDMA. The campaign was apparently actually pretty successful, very successful, I would say, and even went on to win a marketing award. So if marketing wasn't the problem, why is MDNA Skin so unknown in the US still? When it first arrived in the US, MDNA Skin was available online at their own website, as well as being available in Barney's retail stores in Beverly Hills and New York. Barney's was the exclusive US retailer partner for 1 year. So this restriction of availability in like physical stores and physical locations may have contributed to the brand not really taking off as some may have hoped it would, or the brand would have hoped it would. So whilst it may have been available online, it was only physically available in just 2 locations. So the brand's in-store visibility was hugely limited compared to a lot of other even luxury skincare and even exclusive skincare products. MDG had big plans for MDNA Skin in the US, stating that they plan to start off with the existing collection whilst they establish their brand equity and positioning as a luxury player before introducing additional franchises within the brand at more approachable price points. But that doesn't seem to have happened though, at least not yet. Over 7 years later, MTG also announced back in 2017 that they were planning to expand the brand to the United Kingdom, France, and Italy by 2020, but none of that seems to have happened either. We don't know for sure whether that was because the brand wasn't performing as well as they had hoped for, or if the effects of the COVID pandemic, of course, delayed their plans, or maybe even something entirely different. But whatever the case is, 7 years after claiming they'd expand to Europe, still hasn't happened. So the current products that they have at the moment consist of the eye mask, priced at $50 for 4 pairs. These are like targeted eye masks infused with hydrating and revitalizing ingredients to reduce the appearance of puffiness, fine lines, and dark circles. They have the face wash, which is also $50, which they say is a gentle yet effective cleanser designed to remove impurities without stripping the skin of its natural moisture. Their rose mist is $120, which is a hydrating enriched rose mist with that thermal water to help provide an instant boost of moisture and revitalization. They have the rejuvenating cream, which is $75. A mist being more expensive than a cream is crazy to me. That's interesting. But they say this is a powerful yet lightweight gel cream moisturizer that deeply hydrates the skin, soothes, and nourishes. They have a $200 beauty roller, their $240 serum, which is that potent anti-aging hydrating serum we discussed earlier. The finishing cream, here we go, which is $250, which they call a luxurious cream that provides the final touch to your skincare routine, helping to lock in moisture and smooth the skin's surface with a luminous glow. Their chrome clay mask at $120, the magnetic flow device at $180, and the rejuvenating mask set at $600. Whatever you think are the reasons behind MDNA Skin not becoming a household name, the pricing is definitely a key factor, right? No one's really arguing that the products are ineffective. If you look at the reviews and the discussions online, pretty much everyone who's used MDNA Skin says that the products work incredibly well, but whether or not they're good value for money is another question. You can get similar products that work just as well for a fraction of the cost of one of Madonna's MDNA skincare products, even like one quarter of one of her products. Their ridiculous price points, let's be honest, has alienated such a huge potential customer base who just can't afford these prices or aren't willing to pay that much when there are other better value products on the market that work just as well. And it's a shame because with Madonna involved in the brand, genuinely involved in the brand, and products that are widely regarded as very effective, MDNA Skin could have been huge if the pricing had just been more reasonable. It's hard to get accurate sales figures online for this kind of thing, but if you just go by the number of reviews left for the products, MDNA Skin is clearly miles behind other celebrity beauty brands. If you go to the brand's US website, about half of their products have less than 50 reviews, and their most reviewed product, the Rejuvenation Cream, has just 447 reviews. This is for a product that's been out for almost 7 years. Whereas if you look at something like Rhode Skin, which has been out for less than 3 years, the products have thousands of reviews on the brand's website alone. One of the products, the peptide lip treatment, has 15,548 reviews with an average rating of 4.5 stars. Those are insane numbers if you compare it to MDNA Skin. And a big part of that is the fact that Rhode Skin is so much more affordable. A little bit more expensive than a lot of people like to pay, but in general, affordable. Another issue is likely that the brand just isn't very active anymore and hasn't been for a long time. They don't seem to have released any new products since the Rejuvenation Cream back in 2018. That's a really long time to go without a new product, especially in today's market where regular product releases are part of what helps keep a brand relevant. Not that that's a good thing, it's just how it is, you know? And their Instagram account hasn't been used regularly. They appear to post very sporadically these days, with weeks or even months passing between posts. And we know that to remain relevant online, you have to be consistent. They used to post every single day or every few days, but that hasn't happened since April 2020. So it's no surprise that their Instagram page only has 127,000 followers nowadays, and it doesn't look like they've even bothered making a TikTok account, which is fine. Again, if you compare this to something like Rhode Skin, however, even Rare Beauty, it doesn't look good. Rhode has 2.7 million followers on Instagram and 1.3 million on TikTok. And to be honest, it seems like the people in charge of MDNA Skin are just letting the brand slowly die. Madonna herself doesn't seem to talk much about it, if at all anymore, and their social media isn't kept up to date. They haven't launched any new products in almost 7 years, and they haven't even expanded into any other countries like they said they would. It does seem like they've given up. And to be honest, I'm not so sure that's necessarily a bad thing. Despite the products being good quality, beautifully packaged, and generally effective, it doesn't seem like there is much of a market for them. I don't really know who MDNA Skin was for, other than Madonna herself, and maybe some of her celebrity friends, because with prices like that, it certainly wasn't for the fans.